Lowe's Halloween 2022 display with animatronics has been leaked. Let's take a look. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and today we are getting our very first look at the Lowe's Halloween 2022 in-store display. Well, ladies and gentlemen, some brand new photos of Lowe's setup for the Halloween 2022 season have leaked out online, and they are spreading like wildfire across all Halloween and Haunter social media platforms. Now, unfortunately, as of this time, I am not sure where these photos originated from. However, we do know that most likely this came from an employee who was at the testing or kind of prototyping of the Lowe's Halloween 2022 display. We're not really sure exactly what it was, but definitely some kind of meeting of how they wanted to test out and set up their Halloween display for stores across the country. Nonetheless, it doesn't really matter how these photos got out. All what matters is that they are here now that we can take a look at them. So without further ado, let's take a look at these brand new leaked photos of the Lowe's Halloween 2022 store setup. Alright, so I want to start this off by talking about the most exciting items that we can see in these photos, and that is of course the animatronics. Now, it actually looks like that Lowe's will be setting up all of their Gemmy life-size licensed characters kind of in the same spot, all side by side to each other on the kind of one of the higher up little kind of racks, if you will, in one of these stores. And then they'll also have some of their smaller animatronics standing in front of those Gemmy life sizes. So starting from the left, we actually have the brand new life-size Michael Myers that is coming to Lowe's for the 2022 season. I'm actually pretty excited about this, and I've been hearing the same opinion from a lot of other haunters. Now, if you didn't know, this Michael Myers right here is actually a new version of the original Gemmy Michael Myers that came out by from Lowe's, manufactured by Gemmy, came out from Lowe's back for the 2020 Halloween season. One of the worst Halloween animatronics that we've seen basically in the history of Halloween animatronics, and that is not even a joke. This one right here is actually a new version of that. Gemmy went in, they rehauled that 2020 version, they made some changes, they did some new sculpts, and it looks a lot better. I'm a way bigger fan of this one, obviously, it's just so much better, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. I really do enjoy the new sculpt of the mask, I really do enjoy the new outfit, the way the hands are, the knife. My only complaints with this one are the following. I feel like the paint on the black eyes does look a little bit weird because it kind of drips over onto the mask. The size of the black eyes does look a little bit weird in the close-up pictures we can see, but you could either fix that up by painting a little bit more white on the mask, or in lighting, you wouldn't really be able to make out that black paint. You could fix it with a couple methods, but nonetheless, it is there, and it's something that I am going to notice. Other than that, on the mask, I actually think that the texture of it and the color, very, very good looking. It looks almost as good as the original H2O Michael that came out from Gemmy back for Spirit Halloween in 2010. In my opinion, the mask looks pretty much that good. I really love the hair on him. Again, I think it looks a lot like the H2O original. Great version. But nonetheless, I'm a pretty big fan of this new Michael Myers animatronic. It's way better than the original version, and I'm actually kind of excited for it. This guy will be retailing for $240. It is a pretty hefty price for a 6-foot animatronic like this guy is, especially for the quality and the fact that he isn't absolutely perfect. For $240, you can go to a company like Spirit and buy a much better prop. But nonetheless, with a coupon, I actually might pick this guy up just because obviously I'm a huge fan of Myers, and this is definitely a pretty decent Michael Myers that we have gotten for the past couple of years, and I'm very excited to see him in stores. So as for the rest of this part of the rack that has the other animatronics, right next to Michael, we have the brand new Gemmy Jason. Not going to say much about him because I did a whole entire video talking about that guy when he was leaked, so if you want to hear more about him, just go watch that video. Next to Jason, we have the Freddy Krueger. This guy is not new at all. He has been sold by Lowe's in the past, so I'm also not going to talk about him. In front of the Freddy Krueger, we have the brand new Gravedigger animatronic. Now, I did already do a video talking about this guy. He is new for 2022, and I did say that I did not really like him that much. However, in these brand new leaked photos, I actually feel like he looks a lot better in person and in the display than he did in his stock photo. From this point of view and from these pictures, he actually looks kind of decent, the way his clothes are and the way his position is, and I definitely think I like him a lot more in these pictures than I did when I see him in the stock photo. So he's definitely still not the best. His shovel still looks very plasticky, but nonetheless, he looks better than he did in the stock photos, in my personal opinion. Next to the Gravedigger, we have something very interesting, and this is the Zombie Crawler. Now, I said in my video when the names got leaked that I was very excited about seeing what the Zombie Crawler actually looked like. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty disappointed. I wanted something that was like green and kind of looked decayed. What we actually got, and he's kind of small, so it's very hard to make out exactly what it looks like, but he has a big white head with like black around the eyes and black around the mouth, kind of like a vampire kind of look. I'm not really sure what Sunstar, the manufacturer, was going for on that guy. So, very disappointed, but I can't really say a ton about him, just because he is very, very small, and he's very hard to make out in this picture because he's kind of far away. Next to the Zombie Crawler, we have some of the brand new, what looks to be either 2 or 3 foot characters. And then we actually have the Roaming Chucky next to them. I'm not going to talk about a ton about him either, but he is there next to the little characters. Alright, so taking a look at the kind of under part of the animatronic rack, this is where the tabletop items will be stored in locations, and also where all of the animatronic boxes will be put if you actually want to buy ones that'll be in stock. Taking a look at the tabletop items, there are definitely some cool ones in there that I want to talk about. The first one I want to mention is the big clown head. Now, this thing actually looks kind of cool. It definitely reminds me of the Grimacing Pumpkin that came out for Home Depot last year. Obviously, it is not nearly the size of the Grimacing Pumpkin, but it does kind of remind me of that because it's kind of a big head that you could place as a decoration. I kind of like the look of it. It looks to have some kind of yellowy, jagged teeth. It looks to have some blacked out eyes and a very clown red nose. It looks kind of interesting, and it is a kind of different decoration piece. So it's probably my favorite tabletop item that we can see on this rack here. And if I remember correctly, he'll be retailing for $60. I believe that's what it said on the price sheet and name list that came out a couple of weeks ago. Now, I do want to mention the bouncing clown that we originally thought was going to be an animatronic because we couldn't see the price of him. He actually is not an animatronic because you can actually see him next to the big clown head. He's just a very small tabletop item that is like probably around 12 inches tall, something like that. He is the kind of multicolor outfit that you can see there. We really can't see a ton about him because it's just very small and he's kind of far away in the background. So I'm not really going to talk about him. Underneath the clown head, you have a box and an in-stock version of the Zombie Crawler, which I already mentioned. And then kind of you have some Jason and Freddy Krueger lights, which Spirit Halloween did already sell in the past. So those are definitely not new pieces. Those are only getting the Lowe's for the 2022 season. And then finally, underneath those tabletop items, you have the boxes for the Freddy Krueger animatronic, the Jason animatronic, and the Michael Myers, all in box. They pretty much just look like ordinary Lowe's animatronic boxes, where only the front side is printed and the rest just looks like a cardboard box. So very much not anything interesting there. But overall, I mean, these brand new leaked pictures of the Halloween display for Lowe's actually look pretty good. Like I mentioned, I'm actually pretty excited about the Michael Myers animatronic just because he looks so much better than what he did for 2020 and 2021. I think that they definitely, Gemmy as the manufacturer, definitely try to get him to look similar to the original H2O one that was sold for Spirit, and he definitely might be a pickup for me during the season. And as for the rest of the animatronics, I think they're displayed in a very unique and creative way, and I can't wait to see Lowe's Halloween 2022 display in person. Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Lowe's Halloween 2022 videos. Goodbye.